Kamari didn't play a huge part in that, but it might have been just enough to swing that up. I think that Chocobo Eater would have only been down to about 500 hit points. So if he had been on that threshold to push over, it might have been enough to not to tilt him, or it might have been enough to push him back, just that little bit extra damage. So I am a little bit annoyed at not having checked the weapons beforehand. It's nice to actually see the Chocobo Knights actually do exist.
You know.
I see. The Highroad ends over there. However, we have sealed off the area beyond for the duration of our operation here. You may ask the gate captain up ahead if you need to pass through.
Yeah, one of the things I probably will do is head back to the midway point on the Jose Highroad. We're not on the Jose Highroad yet, my apologies. The next section is called the Jose Highroad, but this is just generically the Highroad. But head back to Highroad to the midway point to for blitzball reasons which I've just got at the back of my mind from previous games that Rin, the owner of these shops, is a good blitzball player. I can't remember if that's just my head lying to me, or if he is actually quite good but falls off mid to late game in blitzball. But either way, I know he's a free agent, and I know he's a damn sight better than the current players I've got in his team. I say damn sight better, that's something we can look at when I do turn to blitzball. I intend to try and sign a couple of players before I start again, because as soon as you start playing, any of the free agents that are floating about actually have the potential of being signed to teams. And I know there's a keeper coming up that I kind of really want in the team, because I think she starts off average. I don't think she's a great deal better keeper to begin with, but she does get.
All right.
She becomes a lot more confident a lot quicker. So let's go to Walker and use the dark attack just to
sit back and watch.
On. Even though that felt like it made no difference whatsoever. Let's remove that Thunder Flam before it starts becoming an issue. We'll switch out for Kamari. And now that we're on this, we will go all our ties. Let's just go Tidus. If he gets a few more hits, he'll actually get his overdrive, which isn't a bad thing. For the majority of the time, to unlock more overdrives, it's the same as in a lot of the Final Fantasy games. The more you use the overdrives, the higher the chance of getting the next one available is. Like, I don't know what the exact numbers are that you need to use them are, but I know in like Final Fantasy VII, Cloud with his first move, which is first limit break, which is Braver. If he uses that 10 times, he then unlocks the next one, which I believe is Cross Slash. It has been many years since I played Final Fantasy VII. That is a very high possibility.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm a summoner?
Sorry, ma'am. No exceptions.
You dare impede a summoner's pilgrimage?
Sorry, ma'am. No exceptions.
Useless.
So yeah, when I get to closer to finishing Final Fantasy X, I'm still a long way off finishing. But what I will most likely do is put a poll up in the chat as to what game to play next. So now we get some new enemies to fight because we're now on top of the highway rather than down below. So we have the Mihan Fang, which is weak to both fire and water. That it takes an extra 50% from both of them, and has 160 hit points.
Oh yeah!
We have a white elemental, which absorbs ice and takes half damage from thunder and water, but is 50% extra damage from fire. Then we have a Rowder, which again is a armoured enemy. So that is a Auron or Gamari to deal with. He has 240, whereas the white element has 390 hit points. So Walker is off to change his weapon because he currently has Ice Strike. So, actually, no. Rather than playing around that, you have to cut the sensor. I'll have to just attack it. It's off to heal it for a small amount of damage. It's on 4 hit points. That doesn't make the biggest of differences. Then I have to switch out to Yuna and Auron.
Let them come.
Just with the intention of building my XP on all the characters. Switch out to Lulu, and now let's burn it. So, had we successfully not taken the Chocobo Eater out, we would have got a Chocobo hire for free. And where those yellow feathers are points that you can jump down. And there's, I want to say, always treasure there. Or there's always something to pick up from. And now what I'm trying to remember is if Confusion is classed as a status element.
Light shines strong, our woe be gone.
One way to find out. Yes, it is. That is always a good thing to know and remember. So Auron is off to take a swing at one of the floating eyes. Or he's off to just clobber himself instead. So Lulu is off to attack the bombs. And then off to switch Yuna out for Waka with the Ice Strike on the ball. He's off to... Yeah, let's try to finish that off, because if... No, it doesn't. Okay. Hopefully Auron gets his attack now, which if that's the case I can use the overdrive and that should finish his fight. I know that means I've not used all the characters that I kind of wanted to aim at, but it finishes his fight. Now the question is it the same button combination as last time? I did have to quickly check the controller because I don't use controllers for most games I play. I just had to make sure that A and B was the layout I thought they were. So yeah, you got that yellow chocolate feather there, as I was saying just before that fight. If we'd beaten the Chocobo Eater, we would have been able to hire a Chocobo for free. and would have been able to jump down there and get items. With going back to the inn, the halfway point, we will be able to. I say we can. I believe we can hire a Chocobo, and then we can come back along this route that little bit quicker. We still get fights, we still get encounters, but it just gives us an extra element of here's something else you can do. So for Yuna can do what Yuna does and heals. Almost that many hit points that even on a heal, he isn't actually out of the yellow.
Oh yeah!
Let's just glance at it. I know I won't get any abilities off it, I won't get anything from it. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. So, Lancer isn't guaranteed to gain the ability of them. I don't want Kamari to self-destruct, because that just sounds like your character gets knocked out as well. I can't imagine using an ability called self-destruct and surviving through it. So what I'm off to do is, the next time I gain any sphere levels on anybody, so as we can see there, there's a chest, so somewhere nearby there's off to be a Chocobo there, which we'll be able to jump down and get access to that chest, unless it's one of the ones that appear later on in the game. That's Iceland's fire weakness. Go to Walker, go hit. So I did a little bit extra damage because of Ice Strike. Because he said that I'm to ignore and bring out Kamari. There we go, we've got a few more levels. Everybody's got 2 to play with. So going on there, we gain a bit of agility, which means he gets to act a bit quicker, and then he also gains a few more hit points. If only he had another point. So, a short while ago we picked up a level 1 key sphere. So we have this point here, that's actually a level 2, but had it been level 1, we'd been able to use that and move into this area. So that then we'd actually have the ability to get Kamari to learn some white magic. But to be able to get through there we need a level 2 key sphere. The level 1 key sphere is here, and that brings Kamari onto the more agility-based path, that would be Titus. I'm not as fussed about doing them for the time being. I'd rather focus on developing the characters with being on standard sphere grid in the way that the game intends. I know later on here you need 4. I don't know, apologies. You need 3 level 4 key spheres to be able to get down to Ultima. Which, why that's in the middle of Kamari's path is a little bit beyond me, but that's how it's been designed. So just now we've picked up 2 additional ones for 2 magic-based ones for Lulu. So that's a magic defense up by 4, and then the NB up by 4. So if we just check here, she is getting a large supply of MP. Pardon me. Bear in mind, all of her spells as it stands at the moment cost 4. And then her second highest stat is actually a magic defense. The first is evasion. So it's just starting to quite nice for her to evade things. Unfortunately, that's an empty node, but she does, however, gain a +3 in magic defense. Again, all wrong. I don't really use magic with him. I probably don't use power break and things as often as I should, and I completely missed extract power there. So next time he levels up, I need to backtrack a little bit and pick that up. Because although we're getting a good supply of power spheres at the moment, there is always that possibility that they'll stop coming, depending on what sort of enemies we're fighting. So he's getting a +2 on the accuracy and an additional 200 hit points. Hit points are something that he severely needs, because when the White Mage Stroke Summoner has more hit points than one of your actual fighting characters, it's never a particularly good thing. So we'll get Walker to attack with the Floating Eye. What I might do is, if Kamari goes beforehand, so hit that. What I might do is use the Fire Breath to hit the last two. Walker can hit one of the Floating Eyes. I do apologise, I really do keep on calling them Eagle Eyes. But I'm fairly certain their enemies we fight later on in the game. I know damn sight stronger than the Floating Eyes. Bring out Una. Una can use Life, because we're not far away from a
Return to us.
save sphere. So any magic point she uses, she will gain back. You can hit the Floating Eye, hoping it attacks Una. Una can then heal Walker. Walker can then rotate out for somebody else. Quite possibly Tidus and use Cheer. I don't want anybody else attacking the bomb at the moment because it's got too many guys on low hit points at the moment. So what I'll do, Tidus, Cheer. That means that if the fan does its rush attack again, I should take less damage.
You called?
What we'll do is silence attack, because that should
Be quiet.
potentially kill it.
Yeah.
If not, it might silence it to prevent it using fire. I'm just not sure what to bring Orlan out to use. Even though anything that Orlan does, as long as it's a hit, should take it out. I'd rather not just risk it. So I'm unsure if it dodges, if that counts as a hit, as it counts as an attack. What I will need to do next time I have a fight and get XP, I often need to pay attention to if the more they do in a fight, the more AP they get. I know I keep saying XP, but it's classed as AP in the game. I'm assuming that's something along the lines like ability points. I'll walk for the time being. Like I say, if we beat the Chocobo Eater, we actually get that for free. We don't need to pay 1,000 gil. Like that. We've already got a rope. We apparently can't sign.
We are Drigwi. It means I think.
Apparently we can't sign Ring yet, which is a little bit disappointing. I kind of just wanted him a team just for the acknowledgement that I have him. Yes, please. It does make me wonder if because obviously the Chocobo Eater still have to be an issue here. If it's something then you can actually fight later on as well. Healings. I wonder if you can take the Chocobo down there or not. Yes, you can. The question was there any yellow feathers down here? I have a rough idea of where they are, but it's been a while since I played, so it's as much of a re-exploration for me as anything else at the moment. And the difference with the fortune spheres is that they increase you, give you a luck sphere on the turn an empty node into a luck sphere. So again, as before, I'm off to keep hold of all of the empty node spheres for once I start unlocking the key spheres, until characters start like merging on the same sort of path again. So ideally, I want like Walker and Tidus to join up, and I'll probably join their paths together. Yuna and Lulu, I'll do the same, and then it'll be Auron and Kamari, because that's just keeping in line with
you have to leave your chocobos.
General
Come on, everyone off.
theme of the character. So Auron and Kamari are your heavy hard hitters that have hit your tankier characters. Walker and Tidus are your agility, fast characters.
This is the last of them.
And
good to have you with
I
us.
know
Go on through.
Lulu and Yuna are quite different in the sense
Show
of
me how to
one's
play Blitz
healing
sometime.
magic, one's
Wait around.
aggressive magic.
We'll have Sin beaten in no time.
But it's always nice to have a backup healer, which would be, in this case, Lulu, and a backup magic attacker as Yuna. I know Yuna's got the aggressive side of things, aggressive nature with having...
I'm sorry.
with having
You're
the
a
Aeons.
summoner, and her guardians, right? Sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
I know she has the aggressive side with the Aeons, but it's not always beneficial to use Aeons.
So, we meet again, Lady Yuna.
Yes?
You look troubled. Is there anything I can do?
Well...
I see.
Maester Seymour, let me show you to the command center.
Hold. I have a request.
Yes, Your Grace.
I need to have Summoner Yuna and her guardians let through to the command center.
But Maester Seymour... Maester Seymour, sir.
Do not worry. I will take full responsibility.
Very well, they may pass.
It is done.
Oh, thank you, Your Grace.
Yuna, it's time to go.
Oh, right.
Who does he think he is?
He's a maester. Better get used to it, yeah?
All hail, Maester Seymour.
Brave Crusaders of Spira, protectors of all Spira. Believe in the path you have chosen. Let faith be your strength. I, Seymour Guado, Maester of Yevon, will bear witness to your deeds today.
Sir! What's going on? Why is Maester Seymour back in the Crusaders, eh? They're using Albed's Machina. They're violating the teachings.
Even going against the teachings, they're willing to risk it for the greater good. Waka, I think Maester Seymour sees that too.
Lulu!
I can only speculate.
Ask him yourself.
Ah, Sir Oran. It is an honor. I would be most interested in hearing what you've been doing these past 10 years.
I've got nothing to say about it.
I see. Sir Oran must be a great asset as a guardian.
Your Grace!
Please, there's no need for formalities.
Excuse me. Maester Seymour, why is your lordship present here, sir?
Please, speak as you normally would.
Isn't this operation against the teachings of Yevon? Aren't you gonna stop them?
It's true. I should. However, both the Crusaders and the Al-Bed truly wish peace for Spira. This Operation Mihen was born from that wish they share. Although it may be sacrilege to Yevon, their intentions are pure. And I, Seymour Guado, the person, not the Maester of Yevon, as a denizen of Spira, I wish them well in their endeavor.
But using Machina, that's bad, isn't it?
Pretend you didn't see them.
Beg your pardon, but that's not something a Maester should say.
Then pretend I didn't say it.
You're kidding.
From the first time I laid eyes on him, I never did like Seymour. But you know, some of the things he said that day, they made a lot of sense to me.
Good morning. Well, thank you for joining the stream.